All right. I got the box art up.
As you do.
As I do.
Oh no, I can hear you in my
Good.
ears.
Seems
Man,
seems
this is
good.
annoying. It's like an inner monologue that's lagged.
It's pretty neat.
No, it's the opposite of neat. Imagine if you could hear yourself, but in the past, you're like, what was I thinking 2 minutes ago? And you're like, ah, yeah, that's pretty dumb.
Pretty dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Think dumb stuff a lot. If any of your friends join, including Mitty, then I'll start talking bowling. And I'll start talking bowling regardless, but
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with bowling.
yeah, we used to bowl a lot. It was fun. You're good
We
at it.
did. Yeah.
I miss that.
Me
Miss
too.
just like bowling in the middle of the day.
If only we could go back in time for our thoughts and our bowling.
That'd be pretty awesome, actually. But like the fundamental issue I have now, and I mean, in theory, a time machine could solve this, is just like time itself. But even like that, like, I don't know.
Time is my what'd you say?
Yes,
We need to go back in time just so I can remember the words you literally just said.
you can actually kind of cheat. That is like a bizarre thing about streaming world is you're just like, yeah, there's like a record of what you said.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that part.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all right, so I loaded my game where naturally I
Step
have
one.
0 lives and 1 hit point left. So I'm going to just jump into the water. Nobody panic. That was intentional.
Yes.
All right, now I'll
It's funny
start
how
over
many
here.
I'm so my son has started playing Sonic the Hedgehog,
Oh, nice.
which is pretty cool. Um, although admit that's going to be my excuse as to why I'm not as good at this game as I've been in the past.
Wow,
Namely,
I'm off to an excellent
my
start.
Switch has been underused by my kid playing Sonic.
No, that's a good excuse.
Hmm. Um, but I was going to say it is kind of amusing in how many old Nintendo etc. games, just how bad the characters are at swimming.
Yeah,
Like
I was
none
kind
of
of
them
thinking
learned
that
how to
too.
swim.
Yeah, like at all. Like
It's
Mario
the
can,
turtles.
but only if he like starts out in the water.
Yeah, it's actually I didn't. I just thought, ah, come on, learn to play video games. Yeah, like Mario swims when he starts and can go down like pipes, but then if he just like falls in the water, legit, he dies.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay,
strange.
actually, you want some headcanon for why that makes sense?
Okay.
So Mario is a plumber, right? So he's got all his like plumbing gear. And so in a
Right.
normal game, and that's like how he can get various power-ups and stuff, I guess, because he can also get them underwater. So I don't know what I'm talking about here. Um, but yeah, so he has to like take off his plumbing gear so he doesn't sink under the water.
That works for me. I'll take it. All
You'll
right.
allow it.
All right. Starting over here, fresh start. That was all warm up. That was practice. This time's for real. And so I played it a little bit before stream today. I didn't do any other practice, but I did watch the You Can Beat Video Games part, this part again
Mm-hmm.
with Alucard what I'm doing, and I did not choose an easy route. Like this is not easy. He made it look possible. So I'm hoping this will go a little bit better than it did last time, where I literally made zero progress in 2 hours.
You didn't make zero progress. You actually like made it to the boss level and got through it. Just like this has your level currently has one of the most frustrating bosses in that you have to kill a hard boss, and that's one thing that makes this game difficult. The bosses are actually difficult. and a traditional Castlevania issue with bosses that goes back to 1, and they solve in 2 by doing the brilliant strategy of just like not having bosses. Like in Castlevania 2, they're like, and you have to stab an orb, and like and a couple of the bosses are just bypassable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like kind of silly. Yeah, Castlevania 1 and 3 both have this weird boss conundrum where you kind of want like the right weapon to get to the boss, and it's really easy to just lose your weapons on the way to the boss, making it really hard. Or what I'm discovering on this current level that I'm on, really easy to like die and lose hearts so I can get the weapon I want, but then I make it to the boss with like 10. And then
Right.
the boss I'm on now, so I don't know if your route has these, but there are these like coffin bosses where
Yeah.
there are like 2 bosses. So you beat a boss that pops out of a coffin, and then a second boss pops out when you're done. And then I'm on a level where there are 3 coffins,
Mm-hmm.
which is
And
kind of cool.
I think I will go through that as well if I ever get that far. Yeah, so I have some. Maybe this time we can talk a little bit about the game we've been playing. But I
Who
have
does
some kind of
that?
like thoughts about it where like and it goes along with the water thing, right? Where like old games really liked having one hit kills in like random places, right? Like this has water and just falling off into things. Mega Man has like the spikes. Mario is pretty much always one hit kill. And that's just really frustrating. Like that seems really unnecessary, and especially I should have stayed up there. Um, in this part of the
I just
game
lived
where
dangerously in a second. I made this jump where I really should have like you're supposed to like come very close to the edge before you make it.
Mhm,
And I like just did it in one go.
very nice.
So I'm amazing.
It is amazing. But like this game got harder than it needed to be.
Well, one of the things they did when we actually discussed this little last week, uh, sorry, my eye, is they just made an incremental damager that as you go through the game, just every enemy hits for the same damage, and it gets harder as you progress. So like you're on 6 and I'm on 7,
Yeah.
and it's just like that's a really silly UI decision, because it would
Well,
make sense to just be like, yeah, bats hit you for 1 and skeletons hit you for 2, and this new enemy that's introduced hits you for 3, as opposed to doing what they do, which is just like, oh yeah, bats are the devil.
no, it's true, and I'm trying not to get too frustrated with this part of the game because
Don't do it. Get frustrated. It's stupid.
all right, so it is stupid, but it's a little unfair to the game itself because I don't remember if we talked about this or not, but the this is we're playing the American version, the US release, which is
Uh-huh.
different than the Japanese version. And this is actually pretty interesting, so I hope there's a lot of people in the chat who will find this interesting.
I see one person in the
Or
chat room, and it
or
might just be
anybody
me.
in the chat. um and that is this game is the US version is harder
Which
than
is
the Jap.
atypical.
It is atypical. It's strange, but the reason they did that is because in the early 90s, this game was what 1991. Um, video game rentals were like very popular. Um, and sorry,
Better be sorry.
oh my God, this guy. Also, you can beat video games. I really like that channel. Like it's great, but I also feel like they lied to me a little bit about this part of the game. They're like, oh
That
yeah,
you can
just do
beat it.
this.
Yeah, anybody can beat
Well,
it.
they're just like just stand here and kill the snake guy, and it does not do for me what it does for him, like ever. Um, but anyway, so they made the game artificially harder in the end game for the US release just so people could not beat it with a weak rental. And it kind of just made this part not fun, right? Like I've got a lot of praise for this game. I think it's a really good game, and I think it would have been more fun to play the Japanese version for that reason. Because like that's why I'm trying not to like judge this part too harshly, because it's kind of like judging a movie based on a bad translation, which is kind of what happened here. You know?
I agree. I got sunscreen in my eye, and I just died. That's annoying. But I made it to the final boss, and actually was like 3 hits away from killing. And then now my sound is really bad because my eyes are just not good. But I'm excited that Mitty's in chat for the reason that I said I was going to talk about bowling because I was watching bowling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You said, of course, you said Mitty was maybe going to go bowling at some point and could use some advice. And I'm like, well, clearly what you do is then you watch the pros that convert. I think I forget the exact split, but I sent you one that showed it. But it was like it's the 7-10 split is actually it's known as the hardest split, and for what it's worth, it is one of the most rare sporting events. So in bowling, a 7-10 split is when the pins on the two ends are up.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is it's just hard to get a televised 7-10 split because what has to happen is you both have to bowl, you have to make a roll that gets you a 7-10 split, and then you also have to go for the conversion. And basically your only hope of converting the 7-10 split is you hit one of the pins so hard that it hits the back and just like is a random bounce. Like it's not something you can really practice predictably. And also from like a strategic standpoint, it can make a lot more sense to just go for one pin to like boost your score, take the hit,
Mm-hmm.
than it can be to go for it. So I think there have been like 4 or 5 televised 7-10 splits, but the keyword is televised. Like there have been lots of 7-10 splits just done. So I think I sent you this video of like cool bowling splits. And a really hard one is if 2 pins are right in front of each other and there's a pin on the other side to hit. Because when that happens, then you have to bowl like the pin super straight to hit the pin, like to get the pin behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also have to ricochet it, which is
Right.
really hard to do. And I sent it to you and was like, cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then I also wanted to talk a weird thing that I've been doing research on, which is urethane, which is a bowling, like there is a controversy in bowling about the type of material you can use. And it's really, really funny. And if you're interested, I'm going to talk it some.
Why does this happen every time? I do not
because
understand.
you can't beat video games. You didn't realize it. You remember like that Twilight Zone where it's like how to feed people or whatever, and they like look at the book and realize it's a cookbook. Like you can beat video games. There's actually a hidden T in there. You didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, that makes sense, because they're like, yeah, just stand on the stairs and throw this holy water, but then he just walks up the stairs enough so that when you try to go back down, you just fall into the pit. Which, again, that is very bad game design. Like like I said, I like this game. I think it is a good game at its core, especially, but
You keep being too nice to the game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give it that one. Like that's just, even for the day, that's very bad game design.
Although it is funny, like yeah, like on these old games, what gets amusing, and we just kind of know from hindsight, is it's just like they might have discovered a flaw in the game, and it's just like it's not modern day where you're allowed to just patch things. They're just like, well, and in fact, that's one of my favorite games that someday when we're world famous streamers that can just do this all day and justify the time, I'm going to have us play, which is Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII was apparently so buggy that when they just got a working build, they were just like, okay, don't touch anything.
Really?
Yeah, like there are
That's
all
crazy.
sorts of bugs in that games and they know about them, but they literally were just like, don't you dare touch it. We might break it.
Did
So
you know
leave it
that
alone.
maybe that was a theme on the PlayStation because Gran Turismo 2 on the PlayStation 1, you could not
Wait,
get
wait,
it.
wait, 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 wait. It's Gran Turismo 2 on the PlayStation 1. Okay.
Yes. You with me?
Did you know the PlayStation 1 was not originally called the PlayStation 1? Okay, continue. Sorry. It's like the World War. PlayStation and World War.
Right, yeah. Back then we just called it, yeah,
The Great Station.
PlayStation. But anyway, so you couldn't even get 100% of the game complete in Gran Turismo 2, and they later released like some other version. So like later copies of the game you can get 100%, but not the original run. And that's not even rare. Like most of them, you can't get 100%. You can get like 98 point something.
But yeah, so it's like it's funny where I'm willing to bet with some of these old games, like we could go talk to the designer and they could be like, "Yeah, we know." And I mean, we're software folk, we know that. They're like times they're just like, "Well, what's the implication?" They're like, "Well, you tell the user to restart." And I'm like, "All right,
Yeah.
we'll
So
do that."
a couple of things I learned since we last played this. One, there is a wall meet in this level, which is part of the reason I was having so much trouble last time. Because like we discussed, they made the enemies unnecessarily hard, and also I didn't know where any healing was because all the healing items in this game are hidden for some reason. But there's one right here, but you can only get it if you jump up, hit that block, and then catch it before it falls in the water without you also falling in the water. Again, I don't know why they thought this needed to be so difficult. Um, God,
I love it.
got it, easy. Um, I also learned how to turn into a bat as Alucard, which I'd never done before because when I'd asked you how to do it and you looked it up, I heard, or for whatever reason, what I understood from you is that it's an item and you push like just up and attack like you would any special item. But it's
Mm-hmm.
not. He can always turn into a bat. So,
Wait,
e-
what? What now?
yeah. So
My
either I'm,
entire
yeah.
Chat GPT lied to me.
Did you get that from chat? that
I
might
did actually.
that might explain it. Because here I thought you were maybe lying to me, maybe trying to sabotage me, but you wouldn't do that. So surely it was just a misunderstanding.
Oh, come on. This game is stupid.
But yeah, for Middy's comment in the chat, like I beat almost zero games that I rented, like including all the Mega Man games we went through. Like I rented all of those except for 6 back in the day, and never beat any of them. But here I'm going to turn into a bat and just skip this snake guy because why would I bother with that guy when I've got this much bigger snake to worry about?
Got
But yeah,
bigger
you, you,
snakes
you
to
just
fry.
push down and jump instead of up and attack. It's like the exact opposite of doing a special weapon. It's
Hmm.
down and jump, and you can do it in the air. You can.
You can do it on a train. You can do it in the rain. You
Mhm.
do not like green bats and bats.
No, certainly not.
You do not like them with your hats. Have
This
you
is
ever
the
seen Better Off
Tyranny.
Ted?
No.
You should. It's really good.
Yeah.
You know
All
how
right. So
there's like
I
good
come down
TV
to third.
shows?
So he's dead. Kinda.
If
He
El
ran away.
Mariachi joins, we can discuss how Better Off Ted is better than The Leftovers. I think
We
he
can.
hears you up here, hun. He's barking. I am on the thing, so don't say anything embarrassing unless you want the world to know it.
This might be good content.
Yeah, she's calling the dog pepperoni. That is amazing content.
That's pretty
It's what
good.
the people want to hear. All
That's what
right,
I want to
so
hear.
so I'm gonna give free content I feel embarrassed, but you got to discover what your kids like and go for it.
Mm-hmm.
So we call our dog. He's, he likes pepperoni
Oh
pizza,
god,
so we call him
this is so stupid.
pepperoni, right? That
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
Yeah, that
Okay.
tracks.
So there's one day he's getting older, so it's kind of a bummer. He doesn't like control himself as well. So there's one day he pooped inside because he like needed to go and he didn't tell us. So I told the kid, normally he's a pepperoni,
Mm-hmm.
but today he's a pooperoni. And I'm not ashamed to say that my kid thought that was the most hilarious thing ever. And like I took that as a win.
That's pretty
And
good.
I'm like, I know what I just did here. I know that I went for a lowest common denominator and a cheap laugh and possibly even gave kids don't need an excuse to use potty language. I just gave them one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also like, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
But yeah, so apparently in bowling there's a weird physics issue where slower balls hook better.
Hmm.
Or softer balls.
That makes
And it's
sense.
because they slow down. And so there is a type of bowl, and so that's the thing, is there are actually rules in professional bowling about how hard you're I'm a child.
Yes.
There's a rule. I am not doing this for joking purposes, nor did I just want it clear. I make lots of jokes. I do lots of crude humor. I did not enter that. I did not enter this with that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to do that, I want it done so intentionally. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, so there's a rule in bowling as to how hard your balls have to be. Um, but urethane balls have an issue in that they actually get softer over time as you use them more.
Okay.
So it's a controversy because bowlers that have old urethane balls have an edge. Like it's kind of like the ball was legal when it was made, but it wouldn't be legal now. So
Interesting.
you pretty much have to like illegalize stuff. And then you and I were talking this before. The wild thing about what urethane does that kind of gives you an edge is it moves the oil on the lane, so that can affect other bowlers. So it gives you it's a cheat because it's softer, so that actually makes it go slower down lane, which makes it hook better.
Mm-hmm.
And it moves the oil for other bowlers, so it makes it harder for them because like professional bowling at the top level is actually kind of a lot like golf because they put oil across the lane. And as people who have played games like Rock and Roll Racing know, the
Mm-hmm.
way oil works is it reduces friction. And so it means like if you're a car or car or a ball, you can't like grip the lane. But so like that's what happens in bowling. You bowl without a thumb, and
Mm-hmm.
so you get a lot of hook because you put a lot of revolutions on the ball. So basically, as the ball's going through the oil, it doesn't spin, and then as soon as the oil is gone, it catches the lane and it spins.
Mm-hmm.
And so a complaint you used to have about like um, public bowling alleys we'd bowl at, because this is common, is if they don't re-oil the lane, then basically the second your ball touches the lane, it's going to just start hooking
Right.
where you want it to like go for a while. One of the tricks professional bowlers do is what's known as lofts. They'll basically just throw the ball in the air, like they just don't care.
It makes sense. If it never hits the oil, then you don't have to worry about the
Yeah.
oil.
But yeah, but essentially certain oil patterns that professionals have to deal with, it's almost like being a golfer where you have to like aim the ball specifically to either catch or not catch the oil. And if you miss it, your ball will either grip or not grip the lane. And what urethane balls do is it's like it almost allows you to put a sand trap against your opponent in the lane.
Which some might argue will make bowling more interesting It's just not the
It
way the game is
does.
played today.
It is the way the game is played today.
Sand traps? What
Well,
other kind of traps?
urethane traps.
Can you put like spikes?
Not. Nope. Not. Yeah.
What? I'm just. Sounds
That
really
would be
cool.
kind of
I'm
funny.
just, yeah.
There was an old ESPN commercial about why football was better than bowling,
Yeah.
and it was like these two women were bowling, and it's like, oh, and she needs a spare to tie. Oh, it's why hockey is more interesting than bowling was the commercial. And what it was is she was like about to like bowl the ball, and the other bowler came up and like checked her. It's like, oh, she didn't see it coming. She's like, you just hate to see it. And then the commercial ends with like, why hockey is more interesting than bowling, because if you don't know how hockey works, you're allowed to hit people given the right circumstance. You're allowed to randomly box in the middle of the game.
Sure.
You have to
That's what I've learned from video games. Wayne
It's true,
Gretzky's
but it's
3D hockey.
that's not untrue. Gretzky 3D hockey is one of the greatest sports games ever made.
Glad you think so. That was a fun game.
They have one. Okay, you keep doing this with one life.
Me?
Yeah, you like to live dangerously.
Oh yeah, I like to live. like the like the bosses to think they have it. So this part has been really frustrating for me because I keep getting knocked in. Like, okay, so I'm dead now, but the water is rising, so I have to move kind of fast. And all these enemies keep spawning in front of me that just knock me into the water before I have a chance to react. And I
Yeah,
don't know what the strategy here is supposed to be. Because then, like, these bricks start breaking away also. Just, ah, it's just, like, this is just kind of dumb, not gonna lie. And this isn't even, like, the US version's fault, because I imagine this part was unchanged, right? I think they only changed how much damage the enemies do. But
yeah, and
this
so you
is,
would end with less damage, or you could just get better at playing the game and not get damage. That's a strategy too.
yeah, but
I'll
this
let
is
you.
all one-hit kill stuff, right? See, like,
Oh, each of those, if they not. Oh yeah, you're right. Because as long as they hit you, you're gonna fall in the water.
yeah, and now I'm back before the boss. Like, this is stupid. Like, this is really dumb.
I'm glad you think so, because I'm getting mad at how much credit you give to old games, even though they're stupid.
Well, not every part of even good games, even nearly perfect games like this, can actually
Well,
be perfect.
Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time, which I think has like the highest Metacritic score, and one of my favorites, is like still frustratingly obnoxious with Navi going, listen, listen, listen.
Yeah, that's pretty irritating.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna see Gran Turismo when it comes out?
Probably not, just because I'm not very good at seeing movies when they come out.
But why? So you could go see it. People in the chat, make Glenn and go see that when it comes out. And then if it's like Ford versus Ferrari, we'll talk about it for like 2 minutes and that'll be it.
All right.
That's a good movie.
That was a good movie.
The issue actually was Jeff and Adam did a podcast on it. So I like kept asking you to see it so we could talk about it. And then you waited forever. And then Jeff and Adam saw it and did a nice, like, pretty good podcast on it. I was like, that was a good podcast. And I'm like, that is all. Also, that movie is kind of a bummer in that it does kind of gloss over the fact that just like the main guy died.
Right.
Like it has it at the end, but it's like, the way they want to tell the story, which is completely fair, is of, a triumph of what is Shelby, right, is the dude. And he's like made so many, he's like one of the most amazing car designers ever, right?
Yeah, car builders.
They don't call them car designers.
Because he modifies other cars. He like the Shelby Cobra and kind of the Daytona, like those were it's not like he designed those cars from scratch, right? Like that was like a body he commissioned from like this British company, and he put one of his engines in it, and he also got famous for like modifying Mustangs. So
Oh yeah, before the boss, it was the boss with one S.
it was the Shelby Mustang Cobra GT350 and then GT500.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I still think car designer makes more sense than car. It's not like he built them by hand. Other people built them.
He might have built them by hand.
That's not what the movie says. And
Well,
movies never lie.
that movie. Ah, I missed the wall beat. Now this. Now I might as well like give up and start over from the beginning and use Sypha, because Alucard is
You can do
useless.
that. There's no rule against it. It would also be hilarious if you beat me, right? Like, because I've been doing this for like 4 weeks now. I've been doing this forever. I could totally
Nah.
just watch you play Radical Racers
No,
and insult
one of
it.
us is gonna beat this game or at least get close.
I mean, I only have 4 left, and the good news is this is one of the harder stages.
Yeah,
But my, like I said, my kid playing Sonic has prevented me from practicing to the fullest extent of my abilities.
yeah, and I haven't really been practicing at all because I keep
Yes,
messing around with Radical Racers X.1.
yes, Radical Racers Secret.
It's not a secret.
Well, do we know what you've been doing on it?
It's well, no.
So it's a secret.
It's just unpopular.
How is it unpopular?
I don't know, what's something nobody knows about but isn't a secret? It's
What? I had that, by the way. I've almost got it. Okay, so there are 4 stages left for me, and I almost have it.
oh,
I'm
that
gonna
made no
So
sense.
in a month we're gonna be done with this game.
Yeah,
We'll have time to go into Radical Racers. Back to school with Radical Racers. We can do a nice promotional tie-in. Did you hear my dog wheezing there?
no.
It's kind of sad. He's gotten old, so his trachea has started contracting,
Hmm.
so it's just harder for him to breathe. Yeah, it's really sad when pets get old. I don't know what to tell you.
That is sad. Sorry.
Best not to think about it. Anyway,
Anyway,
let's lighten up the mood with some smooth jazz. Boop boop bop. Boop.
pretty good smooth
2TD
jazz.
gaming and smooth jazz. what you come here for?
Dude, this game has a lot of cool stuff in it too. Like these snake enemies are actually really cool,
I don't
but
recall them
they
being
put
that hard.
way too many in. Sorry, you what?
I don't recall them being that hard in 1 or 2, whichever one they were in last.
I think they were
It
in the
was in
first
1.
one. Yeah. No, I don't think they were either. And I learned the hard way. They only take damage when you hit them in the head, regardless of the little graphic of them taking damage shows up no matter where you hit them, which is also stupid. At least like in Mega Man, your weapons
Ah, that's cool. Now if I
dink
could just
dink off
learn
and
to
stuff.
time this.
And I've got 6 axes, and I suspect this guy can also only be damaged in the head. Oh, good, I missed.
Do you remember Tombstone, that movie?
The pizza? Oh.
That wasn't a half bad marketing campaign. Remember what do you want on your tombstone? That's
Oh
good
yeah,
stuff.
that was good.
All right, the cross is one of the coolest things in this game. Cross that comes back to
The
you, which
boomerang?
is not known by any other
Yeah,
name.
like the boomerang is like the best in all worlds. You're
The
right. Yeah,
returning cross.
I'm glad glad you agree. All right. Here we are. I've got 1 life. Water is filling up. And like, especially this time, I definitely don't have enough hearts to try flying across as the bat. And also, as the bat, you immediately fall out of the bat when you take damage. So if I'm flying around as the bat and one of these bats comes and hits me, I'm gonna fall in the water and die. That's
Hmm.
oh my god, I hate the jumping in this game, which is also just obnoxious. Like it almost worked in the first game just because it was kind of clunky and kind of a first try. They didn't need to bring back the horrible jumping.
They really didn't. You still argue it's hilarious that we get. That was weird. There's a clipping error. I guess if I hit the thing at the same time it hits me, it counts the hit for me, not it. That's kind of cool. Good to know. So was I trying to think of? I don't know. I don't know if I saw any pop culture that is relevant or new,
No?
worth talking about.
Oh my god, how is that even possible? You should watch
And,
this
okay,
if you
I
can.
just saw you fall in the water. It was very impressive. I
Like
said
a
to
bat,
myself, now there is a man who knows how to fall in the water.
and then I change as soon as that thing falls, so it's gonna disappear because that also makes sense.
So I'm going to tell you, you should do yourself a favor and watch Better Off Ted. It's a really
Oh
good
yeah.
show. Worst case, you could just buy it on Netflix or Amazon. That's what I did. It's only 2 seasons long. It's got
Mm.
Andrea Andrews in it. She's Ted Lasso's original wife in the hit show Ted Lasso,
Okay.
which I'm depressed about how that ended. But
I haven't seen it, so
what
I know you like random spoilers on this show, but I'm gonna have to stop
I
you
don't
right
know if you
there.
saw this. I actually hacked your account and renamed it Random Spoilers.
Uh,
So welcome to Random Spoilers, where we
no,
randomly
that's
spoil
not what
things
this
Glenn
is.
hasn't seen. So when Citizen Kane,
No.
I still argue there's like you can just kind of accept that there's, for lack of a better word, like communal knowledge, and it's just the world we live in now. Where I remember, like, I really like Dexter. I'm not going to spoil anything. There was a pretty big thing that happened in one of the seasons, and just like the day after, there were like Yahoo headlines that are like, "What does it mean now that blah happened on Dexter?" I'm like, "Oh, so we're just doing that." And that's the day my innocence about spoilers died.
Yeah, see, I'm not gonna contribute to that.
You're
And like
not gonna.
there are some things that you can probably just assume people know, like in general. Like I don't know. It's kind of a can be tricky, right? Because like when you're in a position to do so, like be like, hey, have you seen, and then kind of gauge from there. But at the same time, if we start talking about classic movies and classic literature, like
The joke that when I saw this happening was King Kong and Penny Arcade.
yeah,
There's a Penny Arcade strip where he's just like, and when King Kong dies in the end, because this was when the Peter Jackson
hmm
one was coming out, which is an awkward movie, man. There's a lot of weird looks between King Kong and the lady in that movie. Just it's one of those, like, if you're hanging out with your friends and you're just like, should I go? You're like, you two can do whatever you want, but this is kind of weird for me. That'd have been good if like Jack Black had done that. And Jack Black's in that movie.
right.
And if he'd just been like, so I'm gonna head out. This is weird.
You should
Though
have.
King Kong does kill a dinosaur by like unhinging its jaw, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's fun. hmm but yeah, so the Penny Arcade thing was about that, where Tycho is going like, oh, so I wonder if this is gonna happen, if this is gonna happen in the King Kong movie, and Gabe's like, spoilers, and he's like, I'm not giving spoilers on like I don't know. I'm gonna feel young or old at this point. No! Oh, this game is the worst. I love that you can jump and you like land on the stairs, but you go through the stairs.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's such a
Well, it does. It's actually a very bowling thing, but we're in a 2D scape, so it's an annoying thing. Because the implication of that is that you miss the stairs to the left or to the right, but your only option when you jump is to jump straight.
yeah.
So,
I
like
mean,
in Metroid Prime, it would make sense if you missed the stairs, because that is a 3D Metroidvania.
yeah,
Castlevania 3 is not a 3D Metroidvania,
it is not
despite the
3D
3 in the title.
or a
And there's no
Metroidvania.
D. Well, actually, there is a 3D. It actually is. So, actually, okay, you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
So it's not you. We've always called it Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse.
Yeah.
It's actually Castlevania 3D Dracula's Curse.
Oh.
So much like Alucard,
Oh.
Dracula is another
Yeah.
one of Dracula's kids. This is so stupid.
This makes so much sense.
I'm gonna tweet that later, by the way, and it's gonna be funny to
Yeah,
just
don't
me.
tag me on that one.
I'm gonna be like hat tip to RixterGT. You can find on Twitter. So do you want? You've got 2 Blue Sky handles. Do you just want the other one to remain a mystery?
Yeah,
All right. You do you.
I will.
Good.
Fine.
Good. You should watch Better
Good.
Off Ted. It's a good show.
I'm still watching The Expanse to see if I
Decide
like
if you like
it.
it. Well, actually, I want to see. We should do it. We should become a segment on the show. Expanse update. Be like, Landon, did you watch any Expanse this week? And if so, what did you think? Do you like it?
Like, not sure.
Did you see any new though? That's the key.
Oh no. Oh. Well, hang on. This is very tense. I got to do a lot of switching. Oh my god, not another bat. Where did all these bats come from? Oh my god. Why? No, this is gonna kill me now because this guy jumped up here, which I've never seen him do before. Somehow that didn't kill me. But now, this is this is ridiculous. This game is ridiculous.
Life is ridiculous.
Life is ridiculous. I'm just gonna fly as far as I can. This bat doesn't control very good, which kind of surprises me.
Yeah, because bats traditionally known for being so easy to control.
They're a little more agile than. Oh, why'd I have to start back here? This doesn't make what. But I got to the next number. Guys, make this
Yeah.
stop.
No. You make it stop.
This doesn't make any sense. Now I don't know what to do. I know exactly what to do.
Which is
Become the bat.
the other bat killed you. So okay, so this is cool if you've never looked this up. There is a San Antonio Spurs great by the name of Manu Ginobili. He is from Argentina. Was on one of the teams that won the gold medal. He is one of the most underrated players in basketball history. In my opinion, the 6th man of the year should be named after him. He's that good. He would rank, in my opinion, 3rd all-time in all-time Spurs behind. You want to guess? Want to guess the other 2 Spurs I'm going to put in front of him? Because I know you're such a big Spurs fan. It's gonna make a lot of content.
I don't know. Ah, hang on. I can't even think about Spurs right now. I got more bats chasing me.
It's a shame there aren't like horses in this game. You'd be like, I can't even think about Spurs right now. I've got a horse to catch.
Now I'm fighting this thing again. Now
See,
I'm
because
up here somehow.
horses and
Yes,
spurs.
I understood
I
that
just want to make
reference.
sure you understood the pun. You know how you said you were too busy to focus on stuff? I really wanted to make sure you heard my joke.
Easy. This this whole level, this boss, all too easy. Oh god, you have to get that before the water. You can still die there. What were they thinking? What were they thinking with this level?
Did you beat it?
Anyway, I'm glad I made that look easy for everybody. Trust me, it'll probably be harder for you guys, but for me it was pretty easy. So, moving on.
So one of my favorite chess streamers, well, everybody's is one of the most popular of all time, is Gotham Chess, and he does a thing called Guess the Elo, where he watches newbies play chess and then like guesses how bad they are.
Hmm.
And it'd be funny if like You Can Beat Video Games like watched you play that and just cried.
That's right. I did just save my state there because I'm not doing that again. I'm going to
Well,
pretend that I
this
just looked at the password. All right. There is a password system. I can continue here. It's not cheating.
well, I'm going to ask though, why don't you use the password?
Because I would have to die to look at it. And
Oh,
what is this? What is?
it's a song from The Nightmare Before Christmas. He goes, "What's this? What's this? I can't believe my eyes. I must be dreaming. Wake up, Jack. What is?" You know the one.
I know the one. Yeah.
It's a good song.
All right. Yes. Now I'm in this strange acid room. Whoever designed this and started dripping the acid just as I got here.
That is such. If you watch mine, if you don't do the jump the way I do, like if it's you have to be literally like hanging off the edge to get this jump. And it's not that hard, but it's like you don't realize it the first time. So it's like you get this far on the level
Hmm.
and you just die
Think I can just
and you
fly over this
cry.
again. Man, sure I'm glad I know how to turn into a bat.
The reason I thought of Better Off Ted is they made a very funny Cat in the Hat joke that I stole, I think, where he was just like, so the premise is this guy named Ted Crisp is this really funny, like suave manager of these geeky engineers at kind of a evil conglomeration company that kind of does everything.
Okay.
And so it's about the fun, wacky hijinks of like nerds and Ted, and he's got a thing with Rebecca, and I just dropped her name. But
My beer again.
yeah, there's like a love triangle. It's good stuff. But anyway,
Love triangles ever good stuff?
yeah, there's good stuff in sitcoms.
Alright.
But there's an episode where he's like, we gotta move this new hair growth thing to formula. And they're like, we've got to test it. They're like, first we test it on a rat, then a bat, then a cat, then for some reason a hat. They're like, you guys are so funny. It's clever. So
I
anyway, you
was
should
killed
watch
by
it.
lettuce.
Oh, those things, yeah.
These shield gargoyle guys are kind of cool. Alright. I'm back to thinking this is the best game ever. I'll let him pass that part.
Ever, even over Metroid, even over Super Metroid.
Look, don't read into anything I say ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Alright,
tweet it
just
out on Blue Sky. RixterGT says Castlevania 3 is greater than Super Metroid.
You can't prove that.
You said it.
It's
Oh,
it's not true.
Say it all.
What?
What?
These guys don't even obey gravity. How am I supposed to
You
defeat
have a
them?
dude that can turn into a bat. Your dude doesn't obey gravity. I mean, I guess
Bats,
technically he
yeah, like
does obey gravity, but How do they not obey gravity? They're sticky. They jump to the walls and stick to it.
Well, okay, then how can they jump down and gravity pull them back up? How can they jump on the ceiling? Not stick to the ceiling, jump on the ceiling. That makes no sense. You can't do that. I can't do that. I don't think even our gymnast guy
I
can do
would
that.
do anything for gravity, but I can't do that. Remember that famous Meatball song?
Yeah, that sounds right.
He was in Tenacious D's Pick of
Oh
Destiny.
no, now there's a giant bat, and I've only got 2 health.
You know what they say, when life gives you bats, make Batman.
I could use Batman about now. No, don't. My one weakness. Bats flying up through the floor.
Yeah, that's how Batman. Okay, so sorry, I completely lost my train of thought. So, because actually, it's all your fault because you said you didn't have time to think about the Spurs.
Oh
You
yeah.
should always have time to think about the Spurs. So, Manu Ginobili, I would rank as the third greatest Spur behind Tim Duncan and David Robinson. I
Okay.
think we can all agree on that, right?
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Good, good to hear.
Yeah.
Um, but there's a game where a bat gets into the stadium, where I think the Alamo Dome. I don't know where the Spurs play.
Let's go with the
But
Alamo Dome.
it might be that, I don't know. But so this bat gets in and they have to stop the game because there's a bat. And
Makes
that's always
sense.
funny, like in sports when stuff happens. Like one thing that happens in Major League Baseball more than you would anticipate is bees. It's like randomly they'll be like, oh, and there's a bee's nest that they discovered in the stadium, and they got to clear out the bee's nest before the game can keep going. You know, bees.
Oh, why can I not make that jump? Yeah, good old meatball.
Yep. But anyway, I'm so bad at this game.
Oh, those go really fast. I thought I could wait for the bat to go by.
Time waits for no bat.
Wise words. Probably.
You know
Run.
what happens if you throw something at the bat and the bat tries to hit it and it misses? You get a strike.
Get a strike. Yeah.
You get 3 of those, that's a turkey.
Hey, and that's
You know,
wall
you
meat.
know what it's called if you get 4 of them?
4 turkeys?
It's called a ham bone for some reason.
Hmm.
Then they just start doing bagger. It's a 5-bagger. They call it a 6-pack.
You sure about this?
I'm not making this up, actually. I have been to 2 World of Series of Bowling main events as a spectator, of course. I'm not. In fact, that's part of why we started playing Castlevania, because I had to meet Jason Belmonte and get him to get a photo
All
of a
right.
poster next to a Castlevania thing. He bowls with urethane, which we've already discussed on the show. Go back and read the notes. But you gotta, like, how else do you keep up?
That's
Read
true.
the notes.
Wait a minute. I just broke this wall. Is there something? There is. There's wall meat back there.
You already knew that.
This is big news. No, I haven't gotten that one.
I thought you watched You Can Beat Video Games.
That was like yesterday.
It is true.
I don't understand how you're supposed to use your special weapons on the stairs. Like sometimes you can,
It's the
and
worst.
most of the time you can't.
The up and B system was designed by a maniac who hates humans.
Yeah, it should have been push A
I
and B
think
at the
his
same
name was
time.
Tim. That would work. Push A and B at the same time.
Yeah,
Select anything.
anything. I mean, A and B at the same time. That's how you like jump and double dragon. Oh my God, there's
Yep.
a giant bat here.
Double Dragon, notorious from the movie The Wizard, which is the first game he sharks. He gets 50,000 in Double Dragon, So remember in the old days when you stopped by gas stations and
Easy.
while
Wait.
you were filling up gas, you just spent hours playing Double Dragon. And if a little kid showed up, you're like, and it was like, bet you $1 I can do better than you. And so then you waited around for 2 hours for $1 versus a kid.
I think I'm gonna cry.
This was a thing that we all did. I'm not making this up, right?
You have some skill.
But what is it? That's a Street Fighter one, isn't it?
I don't remember the games. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but I do
I felt
remember.
like,
Be like, not bad, not bad. You have some skill.
oh,
Some skill.
you're actually like quoting. And the guy's like, think you can do better. And he's like, me, nah, 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 but my kid brother can. And they're like, a kid doing
Yeah.
better than me at video games? What do you
A
think you
middle-aged
are?
trucker. Such a good movie.
Yep.
Hey, here. Speaking of movies,
All
here's a
right.
question.
I like where this is going.
What is your opinion of Adventures in Babysitting?
I have seen it.
That's not an opinion.
It is a movie. No. No. Why?
Is it better than Castlevania 3?
Yes. Or no. No, it's not a good movie.
What?
Have you seen it?
Yes, I have. All right, chat.
So,
Adventures in Babysitting, good movie, right? Anyone disagrees is banned.
sp- spoken by Landon, aka RixterGT, who on this show multiple times has said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that good movie. I only watch bad movies." It's got Leah Thompson, and in one of the she's a babysitter. And one of the plot lines is she looks like a Playboy model at some point. It's like there's
Is
an
that the
episode of,
actress?
yeah, pretty, isn't it?
Is it?
I'm gonna. So I'm not bad at Castle. I mean, I am bad at Castlevania, but I'm not bad at Castlevania. Wait, why am I talking now? Oh, I'm talking. This is an amazing content.
Yeah, I'm talking. Help!
You
I
know what
don't know
I'm.
why.
You know what I'm so angry about right now? Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah,
Sorry. Oh my
yeah. You,
God. I
you should
confused.
be. You should be sorry.
Did I confuse Elizabeth Shue with Leah Thompson?
I don't even know who that other person is. I didn't even know who this person was until the other day. That's how good I am at celebrities.
Wait, who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of a different movie, right? Because this one's actually really good.
Oh, it's not with an H at the end.
Adventures in Babysitting.
Leah Thompson's from
That's
Back
not
to the
how it's
Future.
spelled.
What? What?
Go
What
on.
are you? What? No, I was. Leah Thompson isn't spelled with an H at the end. That's why I couldn't find her initially.
Ah,
It's spelled. She's in Back to the Future and was replaced before the second movie.
with
Another person, and she was in Howard the Duck. Yeah. Was she Caroline in the City?
I don't think I saw Howard the Duck. Oh, what? This.
Yep.
All right. I hope everybody just saw that what that bat did to me, because that's just unfair and ridiculous.
So Leah Thompson was in a show called Caroline in the City. She was in the first Back to the Future, and she was also in Howard the Duck.
Thank you, Mitty. I'm glad somebody saw.
She is not Elizabeth Shue, who was in Adventures in Babysitting.
And
We're
also
also
Back
going
to
to
the
look this up.
Future.
Was she? Are you making this up?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, she was in Karate Kid. Not bad.
Yeah, also Karate Kid.
She shows up and she's in 9 episodes of The Boys, which is apparently a good show that I should watch.
It is a good show, and she's in it. Now
Good.
that she's not a babysitter anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I
Okay,
vote
so
for
adventures.
adventures in
Okay,
babysitting on
so
for Nerd the
let's.
podcast.
So here's. Wait, what?
That's what I'm
You?
voting for.
What, there's no vote.
I can vote on anything anytime I want.
So I'm gonna tell you, I had a possible. Huh. Huh.
What?
So the next episode we're doing is with my brother. We're doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. And then September is when my birthday is.
Hmm.
So I was gonna do Searching for Bobby Fischer. It's one of my favorite movies, and I have a lot to say about it. And I was basically gonna pull birthday rank to just be like, it's my birthday. This is what I want to do. I don't care if it's a good or bad movie.
Hmm.
Now here is the challenge. So there's 2 fun challenges. One, you win amazing nerd points, because for those that listened to the last episode of Nerd with Dre and Jeff, one and Kim Crawl. Have you heard that one yet?
Not yet.
You're missing out.
I know.
It's got Kim Crawl. It's good stuff. 50 Goes West, which is a movie that was made at some point.
Where can I watch that? Did you say, or is
You
it?
can sign up for Stars for 99 cents for 2 months, which is what I did. You can
Okay.
also buy a DVD.
I'm not gonna
Okay,
buy a
so
physical copy.
so hear me out. Watch, check this. For $9.99, you can get a DVD 2-pack with
Okay.
American Tail and American Tail 2: 50 Goes West. But you're not gonna believe this.
Yeah.
You sitting down?
I. Oh my God. I don't understand this part either. What were
Oh,
the?
this is like Zelda 2.
I mean, you
Like, just
can.
blocks fall on you.
I'm just gonna say there's a 0% chance I ever could have beaten this game as a kid. Like I was
Hmm,
never like a great Nintendo player, but this would have been way beyond me.
it's fair. We all agreed. We had a vote. All right. So anyway, so Nerd season 2 or season 4 is about to wrap up. We just did 50 Goes West. We're
Hmm.
gonna wrap up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Yeah, I'd actually be curious to see what you thought about the 50 Goes West episode. I thought it was a lot of fun, and Kim was great. And we actually on this show we debated a point I have on that show that I'm curious to hear what you think about our debate on the show about it.
Yeah, I remember you bringing up that point. Yeah, I'll try to watch that soon. And I'm debating on if I should rewatch Ninja Turtles. Because that's another one where I feel like I remember a lot of it. Because I would have seen that one more than once, I think.
Ninja
But,
rap.
right?
Remember that?
Go Ninja Go. Yeah, I remember that.
Yes. So, do you want to hear? Okay, I hope I don't forget this for the episode. When I was younger, my library had like a big size comic version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze,
Nice.
which I read enough to memorize parts of it, including in the comic, they like have a DJ that records the ninjas like swiping with their sword, like Leonardo, and it makes like a noise,
Hmm.
and he records it and then like plays it back as part of the track.
That's pretty cool.
It's not in the movie, comic book exclusive.
That is
So
pretty
it's
awesome.
by the way, and this is what's hilarious, it is the comic based on the movie, which was created by a comic.
Ninja Turtles, the comic, the movie, the comic.
Yep, it's
All
true.
right,
That happened.
back in business.
Ninja rap. Okay, but anyway, 50 Goes West. You can subscribe to Stars for 99 cents, or you might even be able to get it free. So Stars is what has it.
Okay.
You can like get 1 month free and then cancel after, if you remember. I need to remember. Or you can buy a physical copy for $9.99 to get American Tail and Five Goes West, or for $10.99 you get all 4 American Tail movies, including the 2 made-for-TV movies. One's like called like The Train, and the other is called like The Ghost or something.
I did not know there were 4 of
Where
them.
where we discover that in American Tail universe, Five Goes West is like Super Mario Brothers 2. It did not happen. It was all a dream.
It was all. What? They can't do that.
Yep, they did.
It's gonna traumatize some kids.
They can, and the
They're never
movie
gonna
traumatized
believe
kids.
anything ever again.
Well, you should have seen it coming, because you want to know what the main theme song of Five Goes West is called?
What?
It's A Dream to Dream. They tell you in the theme song, which his sister is singing at this. Like they give it away.
Wow.
They're like, why are they singing about dreaming?
That's pretty deep. That's like
Because it's all a dream.
for the rewatch kind of movie.
It's like in the
there were
first
all
one.
these clues.
It's like in the first one where they sing Somewhere Out There, and you're like, I wonder if his family's somewhere out there. And you know what? They are.
Turns out.
They were out there
Wow,
all along.
spoilers.
Spoilers for American Tail. And spoilers for American Tail 2, Five Goes West. And kind of spoilers for American Tail 3, Curse of the Golden or something. I don't know.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can fly up here with my 13 hearts. This is crazy though, like these blocks are falling. I'm very slow.
Okay, so let's get back to this. Sorry, I got way off track. We'll try and
No!
finish up this thought.
Oh!
Okay, we won't. Never mind.
What? No, please do. Please. Oh my god. This level, what, like, is there a pattern here? Is this even possible?
No.
This feels impossible.
So, one, why for Adventures in Babysitting? What's your justification?
Because I was at a bar the other day with Zortanks and they were playing it. And I was like, oh
Zortanks
yeah.
was playing Adventures in Babysitting at a bar?
No, the bar
You all
is
know
the
how
they
to party.
I'm talking about.
Why would the bar be letting Zortanks play American
No, Zortanks
Babysitting?
didn't even know about this movie, all right? He didn't even know.
I don't believe that. That's not the Zortanks I know. Zortanks I know knows all about Elizabeth Shue, who kind of looks like Leah Thompson, spelled without an H. Star of 1980s movies like Howard the Duck, Back to the Future.
Oh my god. Anyway, they were doing this bar will show like movies and a lot of like classic movies and stuff, and so they'll do themes like
classics
it's
like Adventures in Babysitting.
like Adventures in Babysitting.
Are you trying to get Nerd in trouble for like copyright infringement? Like some bar's gonna come and be like, "Hey, season 5 of Nerd stole our theme."
Yeah, like we actually copyrighted the babysitting movies.
Was that so? Was Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead on there too?
Yes, that was
Boom.
played right before this movie. Yeah.
It should come after chronologically, but I respect that.
It should, but that's not what they did. Yeah, so they usually have themes going.
Let's see what other you could do. You could do that the not Surf Ninjas, Three Ninjas that has babysitting in it.
I think that one with Hulk Hogan does too.
Jurassic Park is oh yeah, the nanny with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Mr. Nanny.
Yeah.
Mr.
I don't know what all they played that night. I was only there for like
that. Actually, Mr. Nanny, Adventures in Babysitting, and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead is an amazing set of themes. And now I can't use that. Thanks. You've ruined Nerd forever. Also, I approve. Although I also like doing, like Middy's got a good one in the chat of like Jurassic Park. That is a babysitting movie.
Oh, that's one that they played one other night. They had Jurassic Park on.
But was it for babysitting night?
No. No, that wasn't
Then it doesn't.
babysitting
Then
night.
they don't know what they're doing. What other themes could Jurassic Park possibly fill?
I mean,
Name one
there.
other theme you could use with Jurassic Park
I mean, you're right
other
because
than
like those
Samuel
kids
L.
have
Jackson
like
movies.
3 different babysitters throughout the movie. Like it's all babysitting, one babysitter to the next.
It's like a Terry Pratchett book where it's a babysitter on a babysitter.
Yeah,
Okay, tell me you've seen
babysitters all
these.
the way
Have
down.
you seen like the live action Terry Pratchett?
No.
Why? Do you hate goodness?
Glad
Do
you
you
didn't
hate
wait
joy in
for
your
a real
life?
answer. Um,
So there's good. The most recent is Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman did Good Omens together, a book. Um, and Amazon did a live action mini series of it, and it's really good. And it's actually annoying in how good it is. And I always forget the second guy's name, which drives me wild because he's the spoiler villain. I don't care. I don't care. I'm doing it. I already did it. It's done. So in Tron Legacy, there's this guy that you think is good, but then you're like, maybe he's not good, and
what
he's
if?
not good,
Oh man,
and he's played by Michael Sheen. So when you watch Tron, have you seen Tron 2 yet?
Tron Legacy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Then
saw that in
dang
the
it,
theater in 3D.
I didn't ruin it for you. That makes me
Nice,
sad.
nice try.
Wait, we're not.
No, nobody can ruin Tron for me.
Yeah, remember the
That's how
like
good it is.
the weird DJ that like is like, now let's start the music with like the gold hair and stuff. He's in Good Omens. It's Michael Sheen, and he's by David Tennant, one of the Doctor Who doctors, and they're
Yes, I
in Good
know.
Omens together, and they're just amazing.
I'm stuck. Oh, all right. This is probably gonna beat the game now that I got up to this floor. Um, just gonna call it now.
So I haven't missed that jump in forever, and then I missed it.
I've been killed
I'm
by
gonna
a
I'm
skeleton.
just gonna try and beat this
And I'm
level
back down
before like
here.
10:45, and then we can call it a night. I can go do productive stuff like releasing box score geeks. Okay.
This makes no sense. I don't understand the. Like, I don't think anybody ever beat this level
As Alucard.
as
Hmm,
anybody. I don't think anybody ever beat this back in the day. I'm gonna
it's
just go
true.
ahead and say that. See, like, this is totally insane. Nobody would even try. It's that stupid. Which is really a shame because this game, a lot like the first game, honestly. Like the first game ended up being a lot better than I expected it to be, being how little I liked it back in the day. It was a lot more enjoyable until it instantly wasn't. And this game suffers from exactly the same thing, where it started out impressive, like had a lot going for it, great design, great graphics, like just a lot of cool things. The pendulums are cool, like the gears were cool, and then it instantly became just annoying.
Well, you also went with the hardest character for what it's worth.
But like me, just somebody playing this game wouldn't know that, right? I mean,
But you playing this game did know that.
I didn't know it was gonna be this hard. Like, there's no reason for it to be this hard. If you
Oh
if you
yeah,
can get,
because that if we know one thing about vintage Nintendo games, it's they were never needlessly hard. They are not known for that at all. There aren't channels about that exact fact.
yeah, no, I'm just saying it's still worth complaining about.
Well, everything is. I
Because
agree.
it is really too bad because like this is so close to being like almost a perfect like NES game, and it's just not.
Okay, so here's my question to you though. Back to nerd, where apparently you're trying to get me. Apparently this bar. Actually, I'm debating. Bar sounds like it's run like by a nerd, which is awesome. I approve.
It's a cool bar.
Is the bar called Nerd the Bar? Because I was
No,
trying to do a bar franchise, it just never got off the ground. So someone owes me money.
he's the bar was too low.
What?
What?
I don't know.
Oh, this
That-
is just like why even why so much? Why so many things about this?
Okay, but so season 4 I already explained. Season 5, I don't know if I'm going to do season 5 or if I'm going to make this a break, which is I want to do Searching for Bobby Fischer for my birthday. But
Hmm.
I could also do that as a season. And one thing I was thinking about was doing Real Genius. That's one of
Oh
my other
yeah.
favorite movies, and it's both of those movies have child prodigies in them. So that's a good start, right? Like that's a pretty easy theme. And a one, it's not like my top choice for it, but Little Man Tate has is a movie with Jodie Foster about a child prodigy, which is pretty good. So there's that.
Yeah, Real Genius is one of those movies you had us watch back in college. That was when we used to
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
suggest
I
and actually
remember
watch movies.
I remember in college I have now gotten the stupid boss to one part 2 times and only needed one hit and missed it. And that is very frustrating. And I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight. Well, what else is new? But yeah, I mean, we had a couple of like you got to watch this movie night, and I think I
Yeah,
always
yeah, that's what it
brought
was.
like funny movies with like a lot of weird humor. Another one I had you watch was The Castle,
Castle, yeah.
which is an Australian, which is an awesome movie.
That is an
And then
awesome movie.
like you had us watch Old Boy
Yeah, that's right.
because you're evil.
Good old boy.
Hmm.
It's a good movie. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, because we had you got to see this movie night. That's what we called it.
That's a good theme too.
Yeah, forgot about
Okay,
that.
but I really actually like
That I typed for no
Searching for
reason.
Bobby Fischer and Real Genius as a start. Like that's a pretty solid core. I
Hmm.
cannot see how to get adventures in babysitting in it. That being said, I actually do think that is kind of up nerd alley, as it does have Elizabeth Shue, who's in The
Hmm.
Boys now. And then, like, if I recall, one of the characters is wearing a Thor helmet,
Yep.
but not to sound mean, beyond you saying, "Hey, I saw this movie, you should do a podcast about it." What is your reasoning for it making it to nerd?
Um, let's see. For me, that movie almost goes along like, and I'm not gonna say it's at the same level. Like, it's not exactly comparable, but for me, it's kind of like a similar thing to like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where it's just like one of those 80s kind of fun adventure kind of movies
No,
that I
I'd agree.
saw kind of around the same time. Um, because I was thinking about it, I think my grandma may have had this one on VHS or something like that, and I saw it up there or something, because she had a set of movies and Ferris Bueller was one of them, and so like every summer like we would watch movies as with my cousins and as a kid, and so we watched Ferris Bueller like the most, but I think this was another one she had. I can't remember where exactly I saw it, but I don't know, and it's one of those movies that left kind of a um just an impression on me in kind of a surprising ways, because it is just kind of like this movie, right? But like even watching it again in the bar again for the first time in like 20 years or however long, 30 years, like I remember like quite a bit of that movie, like just for whatever reason. So just kind of one of those nostalgia mostly for me, I guess. But
Nostalgia for
in in
you.
in watching it in the bar, like it's all they don't have sound on, so it's just closed caption, so you're just kind of watching it, and it's just I think I think it is a good movie. It's just got all this ridiculous stuff that you just kind of go along with because it's that kind of 80s movie.
So I don't think it made the show. Well, actually, it kind of did because we kind of talked themes,
Hmm.
and basically, I've started just doing 5 paragraph essays for Nerd, right? I just come up with the theme, 3 supporting movies, whatever, games, something that supports said theme. It's
Yeah.
very AP English, which I was in IB English, but the same thing. I got college credit for it because I got a 5 out of 7, which is good enough for college credit. Go me.
Nice.
Yep. But what I was going to say is that I'm curious to see what we build from that because we've gotten to the point with like Jeff where if I'm like, hey, this would be an interesting topic, he can actually like quickly come up with, like, I can do one of 2 things. I could either be like, hey, here's my, what I kind of want to do as a theme. He's like, oh, we
Hmm.
could do this, this, and this. Or I'll be like, oh, here's a topic. What could we do it around? Because I think like J. Michael Straczynski had a comic that he liked. Um, what I was saying is, so J. Michael Straczynski, creator of Babylon 5, creator of She-Ra, writer on He-Man, Sense8 as well. Biggest thing he probably did was a movie, was it Changeling, I think, with Angelina Jolie. Oh, anyway,
I don't think I've heard of
um,
that.
yeah, but yeah, just prolific. And I was like, well, it turns out Jeff May, at one point, he had a slightly bigger podcast than he does now because it was through a toy company that's fortunately I could never really support now because they fired him, which is a bummer.
Mm.
Um, but it's also why I get to podcast them, so I guess their loss is my gain. Um, but he was gonna interview J. Michael Straczynski, and then like basically COVID happened,
Oh, wow.
and I was like, if you interviewed him, what would you talk a bunch about Swiftwind in She-Ra? Because we bring up Swiftwind's voice, and we're like, what the heck is this? Because if you've never seen She-Ra, She-Ra has a glorious unicorn named Swiftwind,
Hmm.
who looks like the most unicorn that ever unicorned. And then it has a voice like a heavy smoker. I think Jeff says that like someone who played on like the 1950s Yankees. So yeah, I mean, like they're like, okay, I mean, it's just like you got to wonder, like, okay, this show's got a talking horse. You're like, cool. Name Swiftwind. You're like, makes sense. Like, and the boy, what voice do we want for this character? They're like, I don't know, probably smoke. Unicorns notorious for smoking a lot.
Oh, it killed me right before I got to the wall meat.
But I was like, yeah, if you interviewed J. Michael, would you talk that? And he was like, actually, I would bug him about, and I forgot the name already, which I feel bad about, but there was an indie comic series that J. Michael Straczynski wrote. That's another big thing he did, actually, is he wrote a lot of the Thor that inspired the Thor that wound up in the MCU movies.
Oh,
So
okay.
actually, in the very first Thor movie, there's a scene with a guy in a pickup truck that tries to lift the hammer and can't,
Hmm.
and that's J. Michael Straczynski.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But he was saying that he would, and I was like, oh, he did indie comics. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then we were like, I was like, oh, that could be like a subject of Nerd. And he's like, oh, would we do this, this, and this? And I was like, oh, would Kevin Smith's like chase, because Kevin Smith did the Chasing Dogma series about kind of what happened between Mallrats and Dogma, and
Mm.
he was like, Dre, you defeated that boss in Castlevania 3. Truly, you are the greatest gamer.
Nice.
He said, Jeff, that doesn't really relate to this conversation. He said, I know, but
But in a way,
it's
doesn't it?
true. But it doesn't it always.
Doesn't it?
But yeah, so then he was like coming. We were like coming up, like he on his own like listed like 3 indie comic series written by like popular other writers, right? If that makes any sense.
Hmm.
So he's pretty good at that. So I'd be curious to see because I could dig Adventures in Babysitting,
Nice.
but then
Oh,
here is the challenge.
why?
Can you, Rixter GT, the Rixterist of the GTs.
Mm-hmm. As I'm known.
Can you come up with a theme that combines Searching for Bobby Fischer, Real Genius, and Adventures in Babysitting?
I haven't seen Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Well, whose fault is that?
Why is this? Why is this like this? Why?
I'll play this level for a little bit just to see what it's like, and then. But we both advanced a level tonight.
Yeah, we did make progress.
Annoyingly, so we can't quit.
But this is just not good.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's one of the differences in this game versus like Mega Man, because like Mega Man has some pretty hard parts, right? Like they're also like notoriously difficult games, like Mega Man 3 especially, right? But at least it feels like you're playing the game. This game, when you get knocked around all the time and just the weird jumps, it doesn't even feel like you're in control half the time, which is
Feels
what
like
makes
the
it
game
frustrating.
is playing with you.
It does.
Feels like
Feels
now
like
you're not playing with power.
there's no playing with power here. I have no power here.
I will add Adventures in Babysitting to the list.
Nice. And I'd never seen Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, and I remember it.
Christina Applegate is a delight.
Yeah, she's awesome. And I remember, I may have seen like pieces of it back in the day. I remember the previews, but I never actually saw it. But like watching it in that bar is like, that's also an awesome movie. But yeah.
So, a movie you've never seen that you only saw with the sound off in the bar, you're going to give the judgment was a good movie.
Yeah, I am.
I don't know how much we can trust your opinion of movies.
Look, I'm obviously really good at having opinions on movies. So
We didn't say you weren't.
there
There's
you
a
go.
guy without a head trying to stab me in this level.
Well, that's just bizarre.
Dream to dream.
Oh my
That
god,
song from
no. And like this part, like who would actually want to sit here waiting for all these blocks
Wait,
to
am I
stack
behind?
up?
Am I behind? No, no, wait. I'm in front of you. Those little, oh, whatever. I didn't want to beat that level anyway. I was
Good.
just saying the other day how stupid beating that level was.
So, whoops. Whoops. Um, for nerd, are you looking at like is everything on the table like for next things, or are you concentrating more on movies and stuff? Because you've been kind of doing that for quite a
Yeah, I
few
know we've
movies,
gotten
right?
real stagnant, haven't we? No, I
I just
mean,
didn't know if you're like planning on like video games again or
I don't know. I don't
okay.
know. No, I mean, really, I'll let you peek behind the curtain. I mean, you've even seen some of behind the curtain. Is it's literally I come up with a season, and the first ones were just organic. You know, the first two were super organic. Like, so basically, Jeff opened up his Patreon and was like, "You can co-produce a show with them," and I pay for that.
Hmm.
And my long-term goal is like to get big enough with him to not keep paying, but I actually don't mind because like sad reality, especially if you're watching like the writer's strike, is like, you know, trying to make it as a podcaster is a tough one. And so it's like, yeah, I've been a huge fan of this forever. And like, this seems really surreal to be able to host something and then also kind of, you know, sound arrogant, like at least live up to his standards, like to where I feel, because he put the show like, you know, I co-produced it and he's like, hey, I'll add it to the, you know, his Patreon, like at
Hmm.
the dais. And I was like, that's pretty cool. Like it's,
Yeah.
and then like initially it was just going to be behind the Patreon wall. And he's like, hey, can I release this for free? And it's like, yeah, it's, you know, that feels like I'll take that as a compliment because when someone's like, yeah, I consider this quality enough to be, you know, you know, podcasts that I directly associate my name with, which is cool.
Yeah.
So, but when I did it, I didn't know how long I was going to do the first one. So I basically just was like, I've wanted to podcast about Zelda 2. You know me.
Hmm.
Like for years, you're like, Dre does not shut up about Zelda 2. So I was like, I got to take my shot here because who knows when this will, when I'll get a nerdy audience again to discuss this. And then he's a huge Punch Out fan. And I was like, oh, that's too easy. And then, of course, you and I had been playing Mega Man. So that's what gave that. He and I both really like Star Wars CCG, so that one was pretty easy as well. What was the other
I
season we
hope
did?
everybody saw my awesome bat save there, where I
Okay, let me
almost
watch.
died, and I probably too late, but yeah, almost fell, turned into a bat, saved the day. Hey, can I get up here by clipping through the
Oh
ground?
yeah, so and Jeff's a big Christmas buff, so we did Christmas and actually, so that's funny. You are slow. Okay, let's check this. I don't think I can directly give you credit for anything in Nerd Season 4. Nerd Season 1, Mega Man for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nerd Season 2 with Christmas specials, when we talk like college and gift giving, you, Ryan, and Cliff gave me the Key-Man and She-Ra Christmas special, which I had just never gotten around to watching,
Right.
and was like, I have to watch this and I have to podcast about it. CCG, not so much.
No.
And this one, not so much, but then, a future season with, adventures and babysitting. Yeah.
No, it's cool to even have like a small influence there, and no pressure. You don't have to adventures in babysitting. I won't be upset if you decide, no, that's stupid.
Well, so here's what. No, I kind of really want to now for a lot of reasons because yeah, it's another interesting one where it's got a lot of seemingly no SEO, but then SEO because yeah, it's got Elizabeth Shue from The Boys.
I think
Person's wearing a Thor helmet.
I think I bugged this out. I don't think these blocks are coming up anymore because they're all just falling off the bottom of the screen
Why am I
onto
so
nothing.
bad at this? I really shouldn't be using her, or I should
A-
be using her fire more.
And I can't fly anymore because I ran out of hearts. So now I have to sit here until the timer runs out.
Can't you just jump off and die?
I could. But what if the bricks do come up? All right, here's what I'm
And
gonna
what
do. I'm gonna jump onto a brick as it's falling and jump onto the platform on above me.
you're gonna
Okay?
fall and die. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, ready? I just
Okay,
gotta
I'm
do the right
watching.
timing for the right brick. Here it is. And look, I'm on the platform.
Oh yeah, you are on a platform. Does Alucard also teleport?
uh,
All right, I think I got two lives. I'll do one more life and one more continue on this thing. Call it a night.
okay. I think there is a pattern here that
Well, let
I
me ask you that on
guess
Adventures in
playable.
Babysitting as a seed for nerd.
Oh my god.
Is that one where you are just looking at um is that one where you are just like you and Jeff take it and make the season or incorporate it into a season, or do you have seasons ideas? Sadly, I will actually have to say, especially because the bar, your nerd bar, your nerd friendly bar,
Hmm.
already did it. Like babysitting's off the table clearly.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
you could do well.
Well, that's what I'm
I
asking.
don't know,
Do you
because
do you have a idea for the theme, or is this a case where you want us to come up with a theme?
I don't have anything in mind. Like I said, my first thought is I kind of associate it with like Ferris Bueller, but Ferris Bueller's likely been like done to death on like a million shows, right? Like I don't know if you that's something that'd be interesting for.
I don't. I mean, I like the movie. I mean, and of course, it's also one of those kind of frustrating. The flip side's been done to death, where Ferris Bueller's the villain. Is it all on camera? The conspiracy theories that he's really the villain. All that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So Hmm.
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 Man, that sure was time consuming. But now I'm back up here, the platform where I said last time when I got here I can definitely beat the game now, easy, one shot.
And you know what you're not going to do? You're not going to throw away your shot.
That's right.
You're
But these
just
guys are
like your
gonna throw
country.
away their babies at me. That's a weird thing to do.
Oh, yeah. You got the spiders too?
Yeah. Oh, and then these birds are gonna kill me as soon as I get up here, and I'm. Ugh. All right, I'm gonna save state. This is painful.
Mm-hmm.
Very painful. Also gonna get the password on stream. All right, so it's blank heart, chain whip, blank 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 blank, cross cross blank cross heart blank heart.
Let me throw this out there to you as well. My brother's also a big nerd fan, and he's, in theory, provided everything goes well, going to be on the next episode. Would you ever be interested in being on an episode of Nerd?
Um, I don't know. Um,
Oh my God. Is this going to be like The Expanse? You're like, I need to hear
yeah.
another 3 seasons of Nerd to decide if I want to be on.
I mean, in theory, I would love to be on the show, and I'm like, um, you said that your stream spots. All right. Yeah, like I'm thrilled that you even like ask the question, but I'm not sure if that's for me or not. But
What?
I'm just, you've seen me even on the stream. Like I just,
You're hilarious.
I have no, I've got nothing to say.
Oh, yes. The one thing I'll feel bad sometimes, I actually like do enjoy listening back to this. It's enjoyable. I'm also an insane person. We've talked this before. We're like re-listening to conversations you and I have had in like 2x speed.
Mhm.
It's like soothing. And then also like I had to take I had to do some travel from work, not in a bad way, like, see family and stuff. Brother got engaged and all that was really fun this summer. But I did a lot of travel, and so I was like behind at work. And one thing that happens is I was like, missed a bunch of meetings, which isn't a bad thing. I took the time off or was traveling, but I
Mhm.
was just like wanted to catch up, see what I missed. And then so like I watched the meetings that were recorded in 2x time, and I was like, this is nice.
That sounds
Like, why
pretty
can't
good.
so like
Can't we
yeah,
do this all the time?
I'm like, I'd love to remember that conversation Landon and I had, but I'd like to remember it perfectly, but in 2x time, so I don't have to think about it in real time. And I can do that now, which is silly.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's easy enough for me. And I mean, I think something I want to be cognizant of about Nerd, which is nice because I mentioned I support a Patreon tier for it, is it's kind of like house money, right? Like he's got other shows and he's starting to do more like pack breaking stuff,
Hmm.
which I'm really hoping goes well. Like I'm really hoping that proceeds, and I'm trying to help with that. Um, but it's like nerd is one of those where as long as the quality is good enough, like I'm not going to put out a hypothetically like an episode just went really bad. I would, but none's been there, and I would be shocked if one ever hit there.
Hmm.
And it's
No,
like
yeah.
also something I've told Jeff a lot is, as you probably know, I mean, I don't know how much you know from the show or if you've heard any of his other stuff, but he's a long form interviewer. That's what his main shows have been.
Right.
And he's really good at it. And so I kind of tell him all the time, I'm like, don't worry about bad guests, because part of the fun of it for me is to see kind of what he would do, right? Like, I think he can hand. So I'm like, I'm not implying that I think he would be a bad guest. What I'm saying is part of me is like, I'm not worried that it would be a bad podcast, because the only really bad guess in my opinion, and I've kind of been this, I'm doing it right now, is like the talk over people that don't let other people get a word in edgewise. So I
Mm-hmm.
realize the irony. Um, but as long as you don't have that, one, it's very editable always because I do the editing,
Right.
and two, Jeff does a good job. So I mean, now I'm kind of intrigued about doing that because it's also, and then that was also like Kim Crawl is one of his co-hosts on another podcast he does called Ugh Fine with Kim Crawl. And on that one, like those are his three main. So with Five Will Goes West, I was like, I want all the streams to cross, right? So it's like same thing here. It's like I Twitch with you regularly. Brian I podcast with, he's been on the show. So it's like you got to have all the crossovers.
I see. Yeah.
Oh, this is annoying though now.
No, it would be cool. Because it is a cool podcast. Like I do enjoy it, and I'm not, and it's easy to like say that, right? Because you're my friend, but like it's good stuff. Like I recommend it to like my friends who I don't know if they've checked it out or not, or anyone in the chat, but it's a really good podcast. I always enjoy the episodes. Like you said, there hasn't been certainly no bad episodes, and even the episodes where I'm not as familiar with the content. Like I never played Pokemon, for example, but that was still a really interesting episode. And that one
That
we
was
also had
awesome. And that was awesome
another
that he had a
guest. Yeah.
friend that, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Hmm.
It
I'm just,
yeah.
okay, I need to bug Jeff and see about one of two things, which is either A, is there, and I'm going to bug you too, a thesis topic for searching for Bobby Fischer, real genius and adventures in babysitting?
I think
I
you'd
mean,
have
it
a
kind
hard
of,
time fitting adventures and babysitting in there. That just seems like the odd one out
it's
there.
not super hard. They're all 80s movies, right?
Sure.
Well, actually, no, searching for Bobby Fischer's is 90s. Hmm. I am trying to figure out another good child prodigy movie, though.
That's not the wizard.
Oh man, the wizard. Dang. Dare I?
I don't know.
Dare I? Dare I? So here's the thing. Ah, dang it, that bastard. So unfortunately, you may have bumped yourself a season, or possibly two, depending on what we do for season six. Or we could just do an interstitial. I don't know. But I kind of also I kind of feel like Adventures in Baby, like that feels like a heavy hitter that easily could round out a strong trilogy. Correct me
Good.
if I'm wrong.
Good.
I'm
Yeah.
not wrong. How dare you try and correct me? No. Watch this. This is pretty cool. I failed, but it's
I'm
cool.
watching.
And this is the night for me.
Oh.
I think you've named the season, and unless Jeff hates it, I kind of have to do it now. The one reason I sponsored a podcast on the Wizard on another network, but I don't care. I'm like, wait a minute. No, this is good stuff. That's a good series, actually. That on its own. Real Genius, Searching for Bobby Fischer, The Wizard. And The
Hmm.
Wizard is really nice too because Jeff's a big pinball guy. Okay, and by the way,
Okay.
remember this password. I'm going to ask you for it next week.
Okay.
All right. Space, cross space, whip space, heart, cross, space, cross, space. I did opposite of you. I don't like
That's,
your
wow.
grid system.
You you can't do that.
You just switch the X and Y axis.
Yeah, you can't.
You can.
All right, you know what? Well, I'm gonna change mine because I don't like the way it was. I'm gonna do space whip space cross. That's what that is. Cross heart
Wait.
space
What
space
are
heart
you're
space heart space cross space. There, I did a spiral. That's my new system. I spiral inwards.
That's not kind of horrible. I mean, what would be interesting is you and I both did computer graphics, and one of the cool things is like you can optimize graphic compression for static images.
Hmm.
And it would be a cool algorithm to just be like, because the trick you always want to do is minimize, is basically find repetitions and then compact those. So I could see one of these systems where like one bit or something represents the direction or type, and then you do then you just do like number symbol, right? Because you could do like spiral, space one, whip one. I mean, clearly spiral is the worst to do here, but like
Right.
as an example, space heart repeats 3 times, right? And then you got 3 spaces. So yeah, think about it for next time.
So you'd spend more processing time at the front end determining what direction gives you the greatest compression and then store that. Yeah.
Well, the thing we're optimizing here is space. We're not
Right. Yeah.
optimizing
No,
time.
exactly. I'm just commenting. I'm not saying that's a negative. I'm just saying that's the trade-off, which is a common trade-off, right? Like,
Yeah, you spend the time doing the compression now, so you don't have to eat a bunch of. It is funny how the world has changed, because like in 1980s computing, that was like the big thing, is like, oh my god, how do we prevent this from taking so much space to write or so much space to store or use so much data to run.
hmm
But nowadays we're like,
yeah,
my phone's got a
space is
terabyte.
exactly like it's almost limitless. That's why we have like video games that are like 100 GB installs now, which is
I
crazy.
downloaded my Pokemon Go artifacts, which is something you can do on the game to make it run faster. It's 130 megs. Just
Hmm.
like, it's like, hey, to make this game run faster, just download 130 megs to your phone. And the
Really?
first one of the first computers I built had a 200 meg hard drive. All right, I am gonna get going because I hear some yelling in the background. It was fun playing. We each beat a level. We are three. We are both, I think, three away from the end.
We did. Yeah, I'm excited that made any progress at all. I wasn't sure I'd be able to, but moving moving on, getting there.
All
But
right,
yeah, it's been fun, and
I'll talk to you next time, and we will keep you posted. Now, and that's the thing, is we've brought it up like this could be 6 months in the future, so you got time to practice podcasting too.
this is the practice.
It's gonna be all weird when the show you're like, hey, I just got this soundboard, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I'm just
or,
trying something out. You're like,
or
Dre,
yeah.
you know how your mattress isn't great? And I'm like, wait, what's going on now?
Awesome.
All right, sir. Sounds good. I'll talk to you later.
Sounds good. And thanks everyone for hanging out. See
Yep.
you next time.
Peace.